Right, I am really bad at predictions.
14th I've put Wycombe.
And I think this could be the year Huddersfield drop to League One.
Second place, we've got Chelsea.
And it's now gotten to a point which my editor won't even edit them for me. I'm not associating myself with someone who makes themselves look like a f***ing every year. Apparently, anyone can do better than me. Anyone can do better than you. So let's test that. There were 3 requirements to take part in the echo please ultimate Coventry prediction. Number 1, they must be some sort of Coventry content creator. Number 2, they must be active. And number 3, they must not be David Collins because he's a cunt.
Now, let's not take the mick here. I'm not going to be biased, you know. I'm going to go pure business head. I feel like I'm doing a TED talk here. 4th. Oh, I'm not joking. I'm not on any sort of wind-up. I genuinely think, right, Burnley are going to dawdle the league, but I reckon we've got a chance. Decent bit of business. I'm not happy with the amount of loans we're bringing in, though. Like, it's taking the mick. It is taking the mick. We've got more pay-to-go contracts than a bloody Mackey's. Like, it's taking the mick.
In terms of my prediction, I'd like to see an improvement, or even to finish where we finished last year, 12th. But for me, I think I'm going to go with 10th. I think we've improved dramatically in key areas, and I think we can definitely get top half again.
Definitely a top 10 finish. Robins is the longest serving championship manager, and there's a reason for that. 17 of the managers haven't been in charge for a year, and I think that longevity is important. I think we will go on, and as we have done each season, and Robins will get better. We've kept the best players we have, and for me, this pre-season, that was everything. Not about signing new players, it was about keeping what we had.
I'm going to say we finished in 10th. An improvement on last season, not quite getting the playoffs. Again, it all depends if we stay around.
Do you know what? I'm really excited, especially after last season. I think Coventry might even climb the table again. I'd like to think we could battle for the top 6 and maybe even get in there this year, but I just still think we might not be ready, and it's very competitive. So I'm actually going to put Coventry to finish in 8th place. I think we'll be really close. We'll get even closer than last season, but just fall short, and I think the next season might be the one where we break in there.
I'm an optimist. I'm a glass half full type of person, particularly how I've seen us improve year on year for the last 5 years under the stewardship of Mark Robins, and I think yet again we will improve this season. I think we'll have a more sustained push for the playoffs. I think we might not quite make it this year. It is only our 3rd year back in the Championship, remember, but I think we'll improve once again in our final finish. So I'm going to go with a 9th place finish for Coventry City this season.
I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this?
Tyler Walker, isn't it?
This feels quite harsh picking any player, but I might just go for Martin Waghorn because he didn't really do that well last season.
The obvious one is someone like Casey Palmer, because I think Casey Palmer will be a player who is either going to light everything up or would just kind of do almost what Waggers did last season, you know, didn't maybe get to the heights we expected. Obviously, I hope with Waggers and Casey that they both get to the place we'd expect them to be, but I'm not quite sure. They're the kind of two that we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to go strictly on age. I'm going to go with Kyle McFadden. Fantastic player, but I think with age he won't play as much this season, and that is literally the only reason why I think he'll underperform compared to last year.
That's a really hard one. I don't like this question. I don't want to predict anyone's going to underachieve. You know, Victor could underachieve and only get 14 goals, but it'd still be a very good return. That's a very, very tough one. Maybe Jake Bidwell. I've got high hopes personally that he's going to have a better season, but potentially him.
I wouldn't say underperforming. I mean, worst player, Martin Waghorn. Bloke can even score in a brothel, and I'm not even just on some sort of wind-up here. I think he's awful. I actually think he's absolutely awful. Although Martin Waghorn, you do want to sort me with some free away tickets. Obviously, he's a cracking player.
I think it has to be Gyökeres. Obviously, Godden, if he keeps fit, has got a very good chance. The reason I think it would be Gyökeres is I think he should have scored a lot more than he did last season, and I think he will. I think he could have easily got 25 to 30 goals, so I think he'll get a lot of goals for us this season.
I've got a feeling on Matty Godden, if he stays fit, he could get like 23, 24 goals. And that will be filth.
I'm actually going to go for Victor Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres, if he stays, will get another bag of goals. I reckon 17 to 18, and especially if he can stay injury free. Do you know what? If he didn't have that streak last season where he didn't score for a while, he could have got 20 plus. I think Godden would be the top scorer if Gyökeres does go, because we've got 3 weeks till the season starts.
It's now 6:15, 4 days after the season started. 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
I'm still not sure if Gyökeres is going to stay.
Top scorer, got to be Jock. He's got to carry on that ball from last year. I think we're just getting started with him. Although one thing I'll be happy with, you've got him fit and there's going to be goals there as well.
It's hard to look past our big Swede, Victor Gyökeres, 17 league goals last year. I think he's going to improve. I think he's got the potential. Considering some of the chances he missed, I think he can easily push to 25 goals. So yeah, I'm not going to look any further than our top goal scorer being Victor Gyökeres. Touch wood, he stays fit.
Controversial, but I'm going to go with Matty Godden. I think Matty Godden is the best finisher at Coventry, and with his link-up play between O'Hare, if he's still there, and Casey Palmer, he will hit 15 goals and can stay fit.
1, 2, 3.
Personally, my favourite player is Hamer because I think he makes everything tick. But I think the best player next season will be
Ben
Sheaf. He's been quality since he's joined. Last season, everyone else started to see how great he was.
My friend who's a massive gooner lives in London. When we first got him on loan, he said, "You've got a gem there. You've got a proper player there."
He's looking very sharp in pre-season.
He's learning his trade and he's maturing as a player.
He's sitted into midfield very well. He added goals to his games last season.
I could see it straight away. You could just see. People thought he was slow. I don't think he was slow. I think he just made things look easy.
Technically, his passing, his reading of the game, his intelligence on the pitch, that's going to come to fruition.
And I think he just kicks on. He's had a great start to pre-season, scored a couple of goals as well, so I hope he takes that into the season.
I think he could be key in Coventry City's midfield.
You know what? If Hamer stays, it's got to be Hamer though. It's got to be. What a boy! Honestly, I love Gustavo Hamer. That man could do disgusting things to me, and I'd probably accept it. Yeah, even though I don't swing that way. Boys, I'll see you all next time. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
I don't want to shout cunt in my caravan.